Here we
Oh,
go, and we are live. Yay! Welcome, welcome, everybody, and welcome to my friend Trudi Hsu, who goes by Trudi sometimes, Trudi or Gertrude, and pleased to be with her today. And thank you for coming on with me today, Gertrude. I appreciate it.
and thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate that.
Of course. So
Yeah.
you may end up seeing some little doggies. I thought I saw Marianne up there, but she moved. So if you see any little doggies up there, she's
Oh,
got
yes,
some.
move over there.
They moved over there. They said, we don't want to be on camera today. That's
Well,
funny.
the reason why I changed here is because they don't bug me as much here.
Oh,
When
okay.
I do it at the living room, after sometimes less than an hour, they come to me and tell me it's been an
I
hour.
know. Yeah, mine do this. Mine always tell me when time is up. But today my husband's here for a little while longer. And so he may be able to take care of that problem today. So hello, Amy, Blue Crescent Tarot, Lottie, and Teresa. Welcome and thank you for being here today. Thank you. So Trudy's a friend of mine, and I look at some of her stuff, and I couldn't help but keep looking at all the orbs you've been posting.
No. So the first one I had was like, I call it like the fairy. So
Uh-huh.
Kim suggested I send it to Kim Intuitive. Uh,
Yes.
and
Yes.
so Kim suggested, that I keep taking pictures, and I thought, oh, that is probably the only one.
Yep. Yep.
But every time I wake up at night, I will turn on my iPhone camera and see what I can capture. But the
Yeah.
last one just blew my mind away. I know it's different because it's not like it's like a light, and it flashed very fast in front of my camera, and I
Okay.
thought, oh, I have a good one. But
Yeah.
when I slow it down, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Mm-hmm. Wow. We had one that was like an orangish color, didn't you? Or yellowish? I can't remember. It was it,
So
it was a color. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had a I had a red, usually I think white, and then I had a reddish, and then blue. Blue I
And
know
then
is
blue.
Ra
Yeah.
Collective or Arturian. My spirit guide is Arturian. But the last one,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's so cool.
for the
Oh,
last one, I was asking my spirit. So I look back, I said, what was I doing when it came through? I was asking my spirit team
yes.
to show their presence. And so it's multicolor, white, yellow,
Oh, wow.
orange,
Wow.
blue, four colors.
Yeah. 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 Wow. That's awesome. So it's interesting. So this is like in the middle of the night when you happen to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or something that you do this, or is this just like maybe around 9 or 10 o'clock at night?
So usually I find it better like 3 or 4. But
Okay.
this morning at 9, I found
Hmm.
the ops were going crazy. So it all
So
depends.
you can see them. Can you see them without looking at the thing?
No, but
No.
when what I can do is like this flashlight, and
Yes.
I can see the what do you call it, the sparkle with
Yes.
white light. But
Okay.
also I use my iPhone through the camera.
Huh? Uh-huh. Wow. So I've got something interesting to tell you because you're in Arizona, and I imagine if you went out, not near your house, but out where it's darker, that there's a lot of different things, although it's kind of dangerous to be out there by yourself. But when we were in Arizona and Sedona, it was 20 miles out to this place we were staying in. There wasn't a lot of light. And so the first night we got there, we all went out with our phones, and we were looking at the sky, and it was pretty clear out. And I kept seeing different things, but it's hard. Somebody said, no, that's a planet, and these are stars and whatever. But we just started taking a whole bunch of pictures, even though we didn't see anything. And when we looked at those pictures and we made them bigger, one of the girls had an angel like you did. It had the form of an angel. And so somebody was saying that, ETs, some of them may end up looking like angels, and that maybe they are angels that we have seen before, just that they glow and, yeah. So, yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really is. And I heard yesterday somebody told me that um, there was a green light of a UFO over Las Vegas, and it crash landed in somebody's backyard, and there was a 10-foot alien standing there. I
Oh,
don't know if
really?
they got it on tape or not, but
Wow.
for those of you who are interested, just so you know, Dr. Stephen Greer is on his own channel. And of course, you can watch it because he's taping it, but he's doing a press conference on a lot of UFO activity for the last 50 more years, or maybe even longer than that, maybe more like 80 or 90 years. So, yeah, fascinating. Just fascinating to me. You
Yeah.
saw it on TikTok? Okay, cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Um, so hello, Osmanthus and Jessica Lynn, and Lottie. I'm not sure if I said hello to you. I might have already, but welcome everybody. Thank you for being here with us today. And Gertrude and I are going to be pulling some cards, but she's been, I don't know, I think you're probably really rising up, Gertrude. You're getting messages from your spirit guides. You're seeing these orbs. Do your dogs?
I think so
Yeah,
because
you think so?
yes, because they are usually lying down. But
Okay.
one of those, Mary was just sitting straight and looking, just staring. And one night
Okay.
they kind of freaked me out a bit because both of them were staring into space and getting very
Oh,
so
yeah.
so when they did that again, I tried to speak to the spirit world, so who is around here?
Could it also be your husband that passed over that maybe is coming in to check on you and they see
Oh yeah,
him? Yeah.
right, because I have been
Uh-huh.
told in
Yeah.
sessions he appoint himself as my guide every now and again.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
believe that.
in my dog.
Uh-huh.
After I got these two dogs, I kept seeing things. And one
Yes.
day I saw my dog, collie shepherd mix, brown, light brown color. A flash, I saw her.
Oh, that you used to have that's on the
Yes,
other side.
yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite amazing. I always thought I know cats can see it. Cats are really quite magical, but when my dogs will do that sometimes too. They'll stare at something for a very like in the corner. They'll look in the corner of the room, and I'm like, "What are you looking at?" And I know they can see things beyond what I can see.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the spirit just told me that I will be seeing dead people. Well, on Wednesday, I will be going for training. No one
Oh,
dies alone, which means 48 hours before, like the nurse said, the person will last only 48 hours. They are
okay,
training 7 of us, and we will take turns keeping video until
right,
the person. Right now, I do hospice volunteering, but mostly is folding linen, three
right.
hours. And when there is someone I could sit with, I sit with them. But very often, when they
Yes,
have families, they don't want me there. But with
right.
this, I definitely will be sitting with the dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to carry a tape recorder, little, maybe use your phone as a recorder and talk about some of these things so that you remember.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell other folks, because I know medium Kim does that because she works in hospice as well.
Yeah.
And she'll see relatives and she'll see them. The dying see the relatives come in and she'll say, "Oh, can you see he'll say hi to his brother or whatever it was, and the sometimes the people that are of the relatives that are alive think craziness, but it isn't. They're really seeing
Yes.
that. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful that you're going to take that training. Have you ever been with someone that has passed, like holding their hand or before?
Yes. Well, I have never witnessed a death, but when they are very close, and I
Yes. Okay.
twice I have seen. Once I saw with my mind's eye
Yeah.
a person, and I found later, that is the relative, deceased
Sure.
loved ones of the. But
Okay.
another time, I could see it like a cloud, the
Sure.
presence.
Wow.
So at a
Wow.
session, I asked, if it's my spirit guide, and
Yes.
it was told no, it was the deceased person's spirit. And
Spirit. Yeah.
I found
Okay.
out they don't leave immediately. Very often they get
Yeah, they
curious.
hang around to see what you're doing. That's true.
I never
They're
know.
up on the ceiling or something, aren't they? I mean, they're like floating above their bodies, looking down.
But that
Yeah.
one, another one, I could really feel it. I entered the room and this energy just pushed me back. And then I knew. So the wife was there and she asked me, he's still around, isn't he? I said, yes, I believe I just felt him.
Yes. Yeah. He had very strong energy, obviously. Wow. That's
Very strong.
amazing. That's amazing. So those of you who don't know, Gertrude had a former life, I say, and I don't mean a past life. I just mean earlier in her life, she was a nun and in Malaysia. And so she, I really do think that just brought your escalation of your vibration up. And even though you left the order and, are doing something very, very different, you are the chosen one because you understand more than one realm, I think. So,
Yes,
yeah.
I do. In my
Yes.
meditation, I do go up into other realms.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you're able to do that when you just sit quietly, or do you have to listen to something, or how does that work for you?
Recently, in the past, every now and again, I will feel my spirit transported to this other realm. But
Okay.
recently, every time I go into meditation, immediately I will sink into this deeper, deep
Mm-hmm.
into myself. And I could feel myself very easily drawn into the higher realm.
Yeah,
It's like I enter easily into trance meditation.
that's fabulous. So this weekend, I have I have a book club that I do, and we're reading a book called "How to Get to Your Akashic Records," and it's very fascinating. And so there's a part in it where the lady is giving us this prayer of protection to go in. And she said it's so powerful that once you say it or, read it or whatever you do, that you really are sent out sort of in the ethers in order to read the records or have the masters read the records for you. And I just haven't started doing it yet because it sounds so magical. I just want to do it, but I don't know. I'm not afraid. It's almost like I want it to happen, but maybe after I'm out there, I won't want to come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like when I'm channeling this, collective, the energy is so nice. I don't want it to end. And I say, okay,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
you have more messages I can channel? Because I just want to prolong that experience.
I understand. And so we were talking yesterday about when Colleen was on my channel, we were talking about Ascended Master Lady Nada, her name was. And she was talking about interacting with them and everything. And then she said there's a lot of people that go into the state you're talking about today, Gertrude,
Yes.
but they can only get there if they like take psychedelic mushrooms or some kind of a drug to get there.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't really, it's an artificial way to get there. But I said it's really, really important to mention that we can get there without all that. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what you're saying, is that
Yeah.
we can reach those heights if we want to. We just need to make sure that we protect ourselves and we do all the work entailed in order to get there. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's cool. So, Lottie, you've been trying past life readings with your tarot cards today. How's it working out for you? That's interesting. Wow. I had some cards a number of years ago called the past life cards. And you were to pick certain symbols that resonated with you as that you put them, lay them all out and pick cards that way. And then you read the book and it tells you, I had a lifetime in Egypt, or I had a lifetime in China, or I had a lifetime in Atlantis, or whatever it was. But it's that you are used. It's a symbol that means something to you. That's the reason you've picked it, and that can tell you what a past, at least where you were, not when. And Yeah. Oh, really? Not what you expected. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Yeah, that's awesome. Today, silver lining. I just wanted to have, if you have any questions of Gertrude, that's fine. She and I have been on a number of times before, and we do a little bit of talking at the beginning, and then we're going to read some cards. So if you have a question you'd like answered, spirit guides or any of that, we'll be reading some cards today. Oh, no, I didn't, Scorpio Mama. Let me look. All right, let's see. I don't see it. No, it's not there for some reason, Scorpio Mama. Would you please put it up again? I'm sorry. I went all the way back to the beginning. Yeah. Rose, you talk to Ascended Master Jesus all day, and they bring you messages. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. All right. Sure thing. We'll ask. Yeah. We'll ask the questions. I think that's, so you want to know, Lottie, if the readings that you're getting were interpreted correctly. And you know what? I don't blame you, because when I read for myself, I wonder if I'm reading it right. Yeah. Do you feel that way, Gertrude? Have you ever read for yourself and thought, am I doing this right? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I actually do better reading for myself and for my family, and they are very accurate because I don't have the pressure to read it like in
That's
a
true.
group.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. For me, I have to step out of my own way, and sometimes that's not easy because we have certain things that show up that we may take in a different light than what the cards say, actually. All right. Yeah. Hypnicity. All right. Oh my God, hypnicity. I got to tell you this story. We'll do your question second because there's a couple before you, but she got a letter about money that she received. First of all, I think it's interesting because didn't Mark say yesterday when he talked to your dad something about money? I think that was in that conversation. But I got a letter in 2017, and it said, okay, Scorpio Mama, I got it. Thank you. And Emily, I got you. All right. It said that I inherited some money. And it said that that I had a dead relative that I knew nothing about over in the UK. And my grandparents came over to the United States from the UK back in the early 1900s. And some of their family stayed over there. So it was possible, I suppose. So my brother calls me and he had it. He got the letter. And my cousin called and they got the letter. And it went on and on and on. Do you know they're still working on it at this point? There's so many relatives now. I've never gotten the money, but it's a true letter. This particular man happened to be my cousin. He was my great aunt's son, but nobody ever heard of him before. So, isn't it? So sometimes, they'll try to get you. They'll try to get you and get you. What's the word I want to say? They want to trick you and have you bring. But nobody asked me for money. If they had asked me for money, I would never have answered. So. Okay, so first question is Lottie wants to know from her guide if she interpreted her cards correctly that she did for her past life readings. All right, so let's see what we can get, Gertrude. Interesting. So I am using the higher self cards. There you go. But you have yours. Go ahead, Gertrude. Yep.
No, I'll wait for you.
You'll wait for me? Okay. All right. So I see you trying to overcome obstacles, and I think that it's what we just talked about. In other words, did I do this right, or is it wishful thinking? So the cards say that, and so they recognize that you are wondering about that. But the second card is you have vision. Look at, and the third eye, instead of being on the head, is right in your hands. So I believe that in you have in your hands, which were the cards, the truth, and it's seen by the third eye. And they want you to let go and surrender to it. They feel as though you need to trust yourself that what you do for yourself is in fact true. All right.
Yeah. So so I picked a positive card too. Material and spiritual prosperity.
Ah.
That tells me, that says that you interpret it correctly. You have that spiritual prosperity.
Wow. Yes. Yes. So you've been, in other words, it's like, Lottie, you've been working on it forever, and you're coming. It's coming to you, like money would flow, but it's prosperity in learning more about your past. Ooh, that's wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful.
And which one? This that. This the booklet. Yeah, so this is the one.
Okay. Past life.
John Holland.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks so much. All right. We have Emily, who would just like a general reading today, please. Thanks, Sharon Sipe. Mm-hmm. Hi, Ziggy. Jessica Britt, we'll talk about it a little bit, okay?
It's so interesting. Before I came on, I pulled a reading for this life, and I pulled 5 cards, and then I had the heartbreak card, the 3 of Swords. And so I saw, and here it comes, Jessica's question. That is how accurate the tarot cards are.
Yeah, tarot cards are accurate. You're right. Yeah. We'll address it though. I don't want to ignore it. Yeah. All right. All right, Emily. I get here that you need to go within, so you need to take a little bit of time and work on yourself, work on whatever your gifts are and how you feel about them. And so look at how beautifully lit up this person is. So that's your beauty from within. They want you to take a pause and work on yourself and to feel better. So and then finally they said, trust divine timing. There's a beautiful look at that. But instead of sand, it's water. So trust divine timing, which is fluid. Time is fluid. They said, and you will get to where you need to be on your spiritual path. There you go.
Yeah, so I'll pick this. So I pick a card, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So when was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly? Something totally unlike you? Something just for the joy of it? It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. Well, for me, the message is, when we do things, that is very important to do things that we like, things we feel joy and passion in, because then that raises our vibration.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome. Okay, so not going to go too deeply into this, Jessica Britt, but and thank you for being respectful. But remember, there are 2 sides to all stories, and that I myself have had issues with some people, and I would never go on and tell any of my subscribers about it, because I believe that we need to have integrity. So my feeling is that, you know, what is it? Let the buyer beware, I guess, is understandable. But I have known Gertrude for a long time, and she and I like to work together. And I have not had any situation where I didn't feel that she wasn't being her most integral self, or, you know, with spiritual integrity. So, yes, I understand. I have a hard time, and it's not just because it's not just Diane, it's others as well. But I have a hard time when people speak ill of others in this community. So I just want to pass that along, and I appreciate you. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody. That's the way I am, and so I'm just going to put that out there, because I think if I didn't say anything at all and ignored it, it wouldn't have really been a good idea either. So, thank you, and it's your choice always, your discernment always in what you decide to do. So there. All right.
Well, thank
But I
you very
appreciate
much.
it.
I really appreciate that.
Of course. Of course. I would be very upset if somebody was saying something like that about me. I would. So, okay. So hypnicity. Let's check on whether or not this letter is legit. All right. I love these cards. They're my story cards. Ooh-wee. All right. Did you want to go first?
No.
No. Okay.
I'll go behind.
Okay. So you are the mystic in this. I don't know why that's making feedback noise. You are the mystic in this adventure, and you are able to see things from a higher perspective. So that would make you naturally curious as to whether or not this was a real thing or not. And I don't blame you for checking on it. You know, you got to be careful. And certainly the word discernment comes up again. But you have the power, I think, to figure it out, because you are very spiritual and high, you know, high vibration. You're a little fierce Indian girl here, and I'm getting that. You know, you're looking at it and you're going, I don't know. You're being fierce about it, which is a good thing. You don't want to be gullible. I get the next card I get is rooted. I think it's rooted to something that is perhaps legitimate. But I would, if anybody asks you to send any money for anything, no, don't do it. Don't send anybody a nickel. No, nothing. Because you have to be very, very careful. When this person had said that I had a relative, it seemed like it could be real, but they'd never asked me to send money to them. And if they had, I would not have done it, and I would have said, forget it. So you got to, you know, I get a yes, though. The last card I get is a yes. But I think that all the other cards are saying, be careful, be safe, be fierce, and then see what happens.
I get the card belief.
Oh.
The force that works through your soul, determining what is possible or impossible. The difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are, is the power of your belief. You know, with this, I would say that the power of our belief. Sometimes when we receive something, like recently, Facebook, I encountered something for the first time, and they say, you know, I play a game, and so they say, well, I have money for you, and I thought it's like few dollars, and then they show me 2,500. I say, why would you just give me money like that? And then true, and all that, and then, but you have to give me $1.50 for it. You know, that's the kicker. You have to give her the $1.50, and once she get that $1.50, she could hack into my account and that is
Yep.
the scam. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she says it's from a law firm, and
Law firm.
if it is about money, and it's about, and it's interesting because I don't know if it was you, Nalani, that we were talking to, but there was something about money coming, and it might have been something about an unknown relative. So I don't know. It happened to me, and it was legitimate. Although they keep looking and looking for people, because the original people that were supposed to get the money were my mother, her 11 siblings, and they're all dead. But so it went down to the next level, and then those are dead, and then the next level. So it's taking forever, and it's going to end up that everybody gets $1.50, like Gertrude said, because by the time they take their money. But you know what? It's if it's there and you don't send any money in, and it's legitimate, it's found money.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with that. I'm open to receiving in any way possible, as long as it isn't bad.
Yeah.
What do you got?
If it's a law firm and I get a card of belief, then it will
Okay.
nice things
Yeah.
like it could be real, and that would be nice.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, dear. I hope it is. You'll have to let us know how things go. All right. So Scorpio Mama says there was a spirit standing behind her while she was sitting at the kitchen table last night. Or was there one? Last night. Last night. So I'm guessing you think so, Scorpio Mama. Oh, Rossi, I got yours. Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to be added to this? All right. Silver lining. Okay. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Jamie. Oh, Mystic was your handle. Oh, wow. Hi, Pisces greeter. I'm sorry, Ancestor linker. Kimber, I got yours. I haven't pulled any cards, so if you are ready to go, you go ahead, and I'll pull the card afterward.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yes, Jessica Lynn, I did. I will get to your question. I promise.
So I asked the pendulum. The pendulum said yes.
Okay.
I pulled once, and I would say the answer is yes.
Okay.
They're all positive cards.
Well, especially if you were feeling it, Scorpio Mama, you must have. It's almost as though you when somebody's behind you, you just can feel. You can feel that energy, right? So, yeah. Wow. All right. So, what did I get? I got a sad embrace. Somebody was sad. They wanted to give you a hug. Do you have a relative or someone on the other side that you miss, or that has been missing you? So I get sad embrace, and then I get a balancing act. And what that tells me is that this entity, which I do believe was behind you, is trying to balance between this side and the other side, to get some kind of balance there. Wow. I don't know. Seems like it though, doesn't it? Yeah. So you got to do what Trudi does. You got to start taking pictures of orbs.
Yeah. And, with me, I can feel the spirit with me. Sometimes it's like a whiff of wind.
Yep.
Sometimes you just know it. And sometimes it's just like the energy around.
So Rose got it yes too, and she thinks it's so relative. Yep. Wow. Twice I got a feeling someone was behind me. Wow. Then I really do believe there is somebody there. Yeah.
I get that across this. I will be sitting with a dying person, and I will feel someone behind me. Wow. Okay. It's a feeling that you can't miss. You
can't miss it.
Yeah. When you get
so her gifts are really opening up, probably, and she's got that sense, that something's around her. Wow. Well, keep your camera ready. I don't know if you can do this with an orb. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Maybe you will. All right. Jessica Lynn. She wonders if she can have a spirit guide message, please. All righty then. Uh-huh. Oh, you've been sad, Scorpio Mama. Well, that's why they came to cheer you up. I think they did. Wow. Sorry you're sad, dear. Sometimes I have sadness just wash over me for some reason, and I don't know why, and then I'm okay. Yeah.
I do have the spirit message.
Okay.
Serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is
Mhm.
a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today.
Ah, yes.
It's from the
Yes,
spirit.
yes, yes. Wow, wow, wow. So I got you. You're in a position right now where you can manifest whatever it is that you would like. You have the power to manifest it. Remember to think positively, to let it out and let the universe bring it to you, and to sit in the silence of knowing that it will come when it's ready to come, when the universe is ready for you. It's saying to go with the flow. And when people say that, what they also mean is it's like you were a leaf on the river and you were flowing down the river, and you can't choose which direction down the river, on this side or the middle, because you're a leaf and you're just on top of the river and you're flowing with the river. Then it says go within, because they want you to know that also, if you look, the interior, the gold that's here in the middle, is a gemstone for you. I mean, it's where you can find your center, and where you'll know what some of your gifts might be. So yes, I think that flows really well with the card you pulled, Trudy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah. All right, I'm going to get to you, Rossi, and others, but Silver Lining wanted to wrote this, and I wanted you to see it. She says she visited Malaysia for a few weeks for her daughter's wedding. I loved how they speak each other's language, reflecting diverse cultures. Very refreshing and respectful. That's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
And your family's still there.
Yes. I have
Yes.
two sisters and one brother still there.
Okay.
Well, Malaysia is a multicultural country. So
Hmm.
we always make it very clear we are Chinese from Malaysia. Our
Right.
country is Malaysia. It's very different from Chinese from China.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
different culture altogether. And we're very
But it's,
proud of being Malaysian.
I bet you are. I bet you are. I've had Malaysian students, and they are very respectful, very kind people, and so I understand. And don't worry about this, Silver Lining. Um, you're not wordy. You're fine. We appreciate your words, and we welcome you, and want you to know that this is a safe space for you. And we kind of get along here really well, and so I'm just sending that out there. And thank you for being here with us today. Okay, so Rossi's den. Rossi would like a card, please.
From spirit guides.
Mhm. Okay, Osmanthus, got it. Thank you, Jamie Johnson. Oh, her husband is Chinese. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Go right ahead. Have you got something, Gertrude?
Okay. So message from guides. Soul power. Yeah, soul power.
Ooh.
Always remember you are a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. You know, I asked Spirit to turn me to a site recently, and I came across this Trevor Leslie, and he talks a lot about Dark Night of the Soul. But he went into be meism, which is be me. Everything we need to know is within us.
It's within. Yeah.
And that's why it's
Absolutely.
soul power.
It is. It is.
We don't have to go outside looking because we
That's right.
have everything inside.
It's like that card I had that said "Go within," and it had all the jewel, the energy right here inside of us, right in our between our heart and our gut, and that we can work from both love and from intuition at the same time. So that's wonderful. Well, Rossi, love is your abundant nature. So you are just a person that is love incarnate, and it is the nature of you to be kind and loving to others and yourself. Just make sure yourself gets included in that, because that's very, very important. But they also want you to know that you have the vision. And this is where the third eye is, like in your left hand, and the left side is the spiritual side. And of course, the third eye is spiritual sight. And to just keep working on it. And one day that vision will become more clear for you once you trust that what you see in your mind's eye is true. Because I think we're going to see something external, and some people do. But a lot of times it isn't. It's inside, and you get to see what's coming, and you get to know what that vision is. So thank you, Rossi. Thank you so much. All righty. We have Kimber, and thanks for being here, Kimber. So everybody, I have Aaron, Ancestor Linker, Silver Lining, and Osmanthus after Kimber, just so you know where you are in the yep. Oh, Rossi, that's great. That's great.
So I have this. So I have my cards. I have the recognition and reward.
Ooh.
Patience, suffering in silence. Well, when you have patience and you just suffer in silence, you will get your recognition and reward.
Absolutely.
That is the message. And to be honest, in life, very often, that's why this Trevor E. Leslie talks about when you go into dark night, suffering in silence, and you really come out with the reward.
You do. It's awful to have to go through it.
Yes.
But once you do change. You are different, and you can grow from that experience. So I get here, the balance is needed as always for everything that we do. Everything is up or down, in or out, male or female, yin or yang, and you can see the yin and yang sign that's there. They're asking you to make sure you always balance the spiritual and the physical. And they want to remind you that no matter what, and that's what kind of comes from your card, that you are not alone. There are legions of people with you. There are people here in the physical world, and you have guides, angels, and ancestors behind you in the spiritual world, and they only want the best for you, always. And so they want you to look in the mirror, accept yourself for the unique person that you are. Love yourself, and know that wherever you are in your journey is meant to be for this period of time. So there you go. Oh, you've been getting temperance a lot? Okay. Yeah. And that's the card. Isn't that the card? No, that's I'm thinking of the star. What's the one where her foot is in the water and the other foot is on the land? I can't think of that. That isn't temperance though? I don't think. You're welcome, Kimber.
A star, isn't it?
It is the star, I think. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I like talking about the tarot cards, but if you ask me to read them, I go, ah. All right, Aaron, your lights have been acting strange. Is someone trying to contact you, or is it just a fluke? I'll tell you this, Aaron, it's really hard for those on the other side to contact us because it's very dense here. It takes a lot of energy for them to be able to move things or do anything. But electricity is sort of different. It's an energy thing. And so when it comes big and when it comes back, and I've actually even seen it online with Susan Lynn. She had lights on in her house, and then they flickered and went, ooh, like this. It was just amazing. So I'm thinking somebody is trying to contact you. Let's see. Oh, you're right, Rossi. Thank you. All right. Balancing 2 cups. Yep. Okay. I remember now. Yeah. Okay. All right. The lights have been acting strange. Oh. Wow. Well, I got an interesting 3 cards here. First one I get is a failure, and I'm thinking that the person that's been trying to contact you has failed at what they're doing, and they want you to know that they're working on it. And I had this happen to me once a number of years ago where my brother was trying to come through, and he tried everything to get my attention, and he didn't get my attention until he did some weird thing, which was to make my alarm clock ring without any kind of battery or plug-in. Then I knew it was my brother because he's a trickster. So this person feels like they failed and that it only created confusion for you. And look at all the light at the head. It's like, I don't know what's going, and that's kind of what you're asking about. But it looks like this person wants you to recognizes or wants you to be happy and wants to make you smile. And look at the way that the illumination around the person, there's light on a person. It's like enlightenment. And so I don't know if it's a female or a male, but this person wants only your happiness. So.
Yes. So Erin, I asked the pendulum, it says yes.
Okay.
So one card, intuitive nudges.
Yeah.
Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. So I would say it's yes, because intuitive nudges.
Yes. That's the same thing as them saying, wake up, I know you're confused. That's funny. Wow. That's cool, Aaron. Maybe next time you can say who's all right, who's here? Who's here? Who's playing with me? All right. So we have Ancestor Linker. A read for the rest of the month. You know, it's already the 12th of the month. I don't know what it is. These months just sail by. They really do. So I'm going to read from other oracle cards that might give you a little bit more for a longer period of time. Let's see.
So Erin said, I've been feeling in a constant state of failure. Maybe they don't want me to feel alone. Well, yeah, I'm not alone in that. I struggle with that.
Don't. That's it. That's it, Aaron.
I struggle with that. So
and there is no failure, girl. There's no failure. There's only learning. Yeah. Yeah. Turn your thoughts a little bit around, Aaron, and remember that you are special and beautiful, and that you were meant to be here on this planet at this time, and you're working on yourself.
Yeah,
But you can recognize it anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the spirit just said turn our minds to what we do very well, because we can't do
Yeah.
everything very well.
That's
So
right.
instead of focusing on where we don't do very well, turn our mind towards what we do very well, and then we will feel
Yeah.
constant sense of failure.
Yeah. So they're always behind you. They want you to know that, your guides, and they also want you to know that you can ask them to help you, Erin. So don't forget, okay? Ancestor Linker. All right. You got some magic coming up for you. Woohoo. Look at that spiral. Just gorgeous. You've got some manifesting powers here for yourself in the spiritual realm. And if you also are working in the genealogy realm, which I'm wondering if you are because of your name, some magic going to happen. Maybe you'll find something that you've been looking for. You're wanting to have convenience, and we all want convenience in the summer. Sometimes that's like a burger, because you're feeling a little bit unsatisfied, I'm guessing. Summer hasn't really started yet. You're sort of in between, and we've got, another 13 days left of this month, and it will be July, and just goes so fast. So you might have to make some tough decisions. You may be at a fork in the road, but the other two cards, I think, speak to magical experiences and knowing that whatever the fork in the road or the crossroads are for you, there's no going back. Just keep going down the road, knowing that everything will be revealed to you as you go.
Yeah, so you'll be flying with your intuitive knowledge and gift. You'll be flying and realize, the star card, realizing whatever
Yes.
you're working towards. And at the end, you get crowned with success for whatever it is you're working towards. So I would say that is a very positive rest of the
Yep.
month.
Yes. And I was right. It's Genealogy Junkie has another name. And so I love that. That's really cool. So yeah, she is working with genealogy. Genealogy is magical. It's really magical. My dad did it for years and years, and finding people, finding where your roots are. He went back to the year 1066 and found people that far back. So, good.
I like to work on someone. Merzansi sound words from South Africa.
Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Mazanzi.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
So Silver Lining would like to have a card for her and her family's health. Eye surgery went well, and now we're on the upswing from COVID. How'd that happen? Interesting. So we will read around the energy. We're not going to do a health reading, though, because this is for entertainment purposes only, because we have to cover ourselves and not give medical advice, okay? But we can read around the energy of what's going on with you and your family. Yeah. All right. Rose Hogan, thank you. That's very sweet. I haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to see you, Rose Hogan. Ooh, what do we got here? All right. So first card I get is Infinity, which is a beautiful card because, as you see, it's the number 8 turned on its side. And it's also over, if you look at the tarot card, the Magician, it's also over his head. There's a name for it. I just can't think of what it is called, but it is an infinity sign. It says here that your family should be coming into harmony and balance really soon. And hopefully moving from, dualism, meaning that, this one doesn't feel good or this one's over here and that, to a more unified, hopefully, status in the family relationship. I got Cupid's arrow. Is somebody in the family falling in love with someone? I don't know. I get here falling in love, meeting somebody new, but it could also be people starting to love themselves because they feel better. That could be. Your family has very strong determination. Look at the horse. The horse is for freedom, determination, and endurance. And so you've got some strong folks in the family, and so I'm hoping that all the experiences you just went through were finished for now.
So interesting. You get a card of someone falling in love. I get deception and envy.
Oh.
So yeah, whenever I get, that the term envy is always a warning to put an eye out, to watch out, because that is a very destroying element. And memories of love. So what if you are experiencing any of this deception and envy, you could use memories of love to blunt that.
Yeah.
To blunt that and overcome that deception and envy.
Uh-huh.
And then you will have new beginnings. You put
Wonderful.
all ugliness behind
Uh-huh.
and bury it with love. Think of all the nice
Oh.
memories of love you could think of.
Yeah.
And then new beginnings.
New
This is
beginnings.
this is not a reading for myself. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
what happens very often when we do a reading for someone, and then another person could take the reading for themselves.
I know. Yep. And they say that most of our readings that we do as readers are also messages for us,
Yes,
for our own personal use too.
I
Yeah.
gone through
I've
this.
seen that.
I
Yep.
gone through this, and I thought this is a reading for me. I got new beginnings. So
Yeah.
whatever you are looking at, new beginnings. That is really good.
Uh-huh. So just some of you have come in really late, and we have about 3 minutes or 5 minutes left. And we're just finishing up with readings that people have asked for like a half hour ago. So I have Osmanthus and Rose Hogan. And I'm sorry, but we're done for the day. But, I'm sure that there'll be other time that you can come on. We'll read for you. Just that we're at the end of this particular show. All right. Oh, that's good. Okay, so Osmanthus would like a message from her guides. It is a her, right? It's a she?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's the name of the flower.
Of a flower, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got some great cards here. Are you busy? Are you busy moving things around in your house, or spring cleaning, or making room for something to come into your life? It doesn't have to be the house, but when it says cleaning house, it means you're maybe trying to get rid of things that you no longer need. It could be that, I don't know, or it could physically be you're cleaning a house. But it might also, like I say, it might also have something to do with things you want to change in your own life. Because I'm seeing it's a slow and steady process, but you're working on it. And look at you, you're beautiful with your fairy wings. It says slow and steady for you. Don't do anything too fast. Take your time. And finally, it says, it will provide you with a magical stream. Look at that. I love it. And the number 9 is 1 + 8 is 9. So that's a finishing something. And you're going to be rewarded for it once it's finished because it's magical. Yeah. I wonder if it's making room and new things can come in now. I don't know.
Well, so here I have material harvest, destiny, and triumphant success. So all positive cards from your guides.
Yep. Wow. Is that so? It's just those three words, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Samantha.
yeah. I figured those 3 words it would have enough
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah.
Messages of their own.
Messages right there. I know. That's awesome. Well, you froze up for a minute, and I wasn't sure if you were done. Okay. So Rose Hogan would like a message. And so we're going to offer you the last message of the day, Rose. Thank you so much. Yes, Erin, thank you. Oh, Rose? Okay. Rose Alamazan, we'll read for you. I just saw it. And but we got to go after. Thank you. All right. Rose Hogan. All right. Looks like you went through a bit of a deep freeze. And that isn't necessarily that it was a cold environment, but there was something about it. And I think you just wrote that you lost your dog. So that may be what you went through. We have to process all of that stuff when that happens. And so, that's sort of winding its way out now. You needed some sort of rescue at that point because it was, it was a difficult time for you. It's interesting that you said something in there also about a new house. And so there you go. It's a whole new place. And maybe this has rescued you from being so sad. And because I see this, it's so cute. She's dancing. She's dancing and she's got a crystal in her hand and it says, "You're coming back to life. You're coming back." And look at that, to the dance of life. How beautiful. All right.
Yeah, so I can get a card. Listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what is being said, but to what lies beneath the words.
Wow.
And that says so much because we always know in life those who really hear and those who do not.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so it's,
Yep. Yep. Wow. Fabulous. All right. So I'm just got a quick reading for Rose uh, Almazan, and then we're done for the day. We're just right at the top of the hour. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And we appreciate your kindness. Thank you, Sharon Sipe and Craig and anybody else that was in there with doing moderating things. Oh, wow. All right. Now, this is crazy. I don't always, I shuffle my cards and I take very strong care in doing that. But look, the first card I get for you is coming to life. So it looks like you've just come to life as well. And it could be the seasons. The seasons for me, I know when I can go outside and I don't need shoes and I can walk in the grass, I come to life. So, because you might have felt stuck in the mud before. Now you're not stuck in the mud. I love this card. It's one of my favorites. It's a little raccoon tending to a fox, and it says, "Heal the ouch." Or in other words, if you have felt stuck in the mud and you are feeling it, feel whatever the pain was or the hurt was, and then release it and realize you're in another whole entire period of time where it's going to be more accessible for you and you're going to be able to be free. So thank you, dear.
yeah, so I get a card, reach out. We know you are reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning. that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. And it makes me wonder if you are one of those persons who finds it very hard to accept help or to reach out or
It might be.
ask for help.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. You don't mind helping other people, but when it comes to you, you don't really want to ask. That's me a lot of the time. I'm that
yeah,
way.
when I read this, that's pretty much me. I find it very difficult to reach out to ask for help. And
Yeah.
recently I had a reading, and that was what it says. The spirit world was telling me that there are
You
people
need,
who want to help you reach
yes.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I makes me wonder, maybe that's a message
There's
to help
another message for you again.
reach out.
Rose says yes. That's true. That's true.
Yes,
Yeah. Good
it's
girl.
very hard.
It is hard. It is. So everybody's some are asking for a group card. So I pulled just one card, my card, or you can pull one too if you want. I get follow the leader. That's what I get. Follow the leader. There really isn't a leader in any particular pathway that makes you follow them over another one. I'm guessing that this is the saying, whatever it is you decide, you are the leader of where you go on your path. You don't need to follow anyone. You just need to follow your heart, and you need to follow down the pathway to where it is you want to go, which may be a little different for all of us. So don't be afraid to be your own person, to follow your own path, and to make your own decisions.
So I put rejoice in celebration, which is like gratitude, And when you have that, then it really help raise the vibration.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
And
Yeah.
when your vibration is higher, it help your
If you're
body,
grateful.
everything.
Yeah, you're
Help
right.
your mind,
You're
your
absolutely.
soul, your psyche, your body.
Yeah. Wow. So we had a really good show. Thank you so very much for coming on both channels. I know that we were streaming simulcasting, and thank you very much to Gertrude for your time and energy, and lots of love. Take some more orb pictures so I can see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care.
So
Thank you, Craig. Enjoy your combo red hatch chili. That sounds good. I got to go eat myself. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.